across for Law! Dennis has done it!
Rooney! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! Here Bruno for Mainu for 2-0. United win it by 2-1.
St. Mark's, Newton Heath, November 12th, 1981. Two teams and the date in which they first played in a friendly. Newton Heath won this match 3-0. If you're wondering what these two teams signify, it's Manchester United and Manchester City. Newton Heath, or Manchester United, was a founding member of the First Division over a decade later, and Ardwick, or St. Mark's, or Manchester City, joined the Second Division the same year. It was a bit of a rocky start for the boys in blue, but they got to claim that they're the first Manchester club to win a major trophy. However, City got a little too shady with financial dealings, which led to 17 players being suspended. As a result, Manchester United signed right-winger Billy Meredith, and he'd win a few trophies with Manchester United right before World War I. The early years of the two clubs featured a lot of financial issues and, therefore, minimal success, whereas teams like Sunderland, Everton, Arsenal, Newcastle United, Aston Villa, and Liverpool got to fast success. Both teams finally shared fortunes after World War II, and even had a key clash in the 1968-67 season, where a 3-1 victory at Old Trafford contributed to City's title-winning season. The Red Devils would win the European Cup that season, though. United, however, would first have to face hardship seasons after their European Cup, culminating in getting relegated in 1974. Dennis Law's backheel goal at Old Trafford against his former club even contributed to the demise of the Red Devils that season.
Pulled across for Law! Dennis has done it!
Despite City also winning a European Cup in 1970, neither side really took off in becoming significant in England, with their northwest neighbors doing the opposite. The Citizens would continue the drop-off after their few successful seasons, with dipping between the first and second divisions, while their giant neighbors started to gain some steam after appointing someone whom you've never heard of as manager, who got things going for the club. Once the Premier League was founded, the gap between the two clubs got significantly wide, with City failing to win a major trophy until 2011, even including a 13-year streak of United not losing in the Derby. Brownie points for winning the final of Manchester Derby at Main Road for the Citizens, though. The same year United won the treble is the same season their neighbors competed in the English football third tier. The arrival of the Abu Dhabi United Group would switch the fortunes around for the Citizens and make for a more interesting set of Manchester derbies, to where the loyal City fans were about to be rewarded. The new ownership in East Manchester started things off with a bang, where Carlos Tevez went from Old Trafford to East Manchester, and the derby was sparked up again. But United would still be victorious in the first derby post-takeover. This would, however, show City's growing competitiveness, which would lead to an important encounter a couple of years later. Facing off in the 2011 FA Cup semi-final, the Red Devils were looking to continue their success, while the Citizens were looking to end their 35-year trophy drought. Despite the Red Devils being favored, it was the Citizens who would emerge victorious and go on to win the FA Cup over Stoke City. Despite United winning the Premier League, Manchester City appeared prime for more trophies. A historic 6-1 victory at Old Trafford months later was huge in reinforcing the shifting fortunes in East Manchester. Manchester United and Manchester City would have their first title race in a very long time, setting up a pivotal match late in the season between the two sides. The Citizens had not won both matches in the Manchester Derby in league play since their European Cup season, but they managed to get a 1-0 victory over their major rivals at the Etihad. Later on in that season, a famous goal against the London side, one of the London sides, by Sergio Aguero, led City to win their first Premier League title.
Back to Balotelli, it runs for Aguero! They did it! City win the title! It's Aguero with his 30th goal of the season!
The two sides would finish first and second in the Premier League once again next season, but this time it would be the club in Old Trafford prevailing in Fergie's last season as manager.
Thank goodness he chose red over blue.
However, City would win their second title the next season, once again sweeping the Manchester Derby in league play. With the arrival of Pep Guardiola, the power dynamics began to shift, much akin to the shifting dynamics of the Eastern Classic in Major League Baseball in 2004. The Citizens enjoying their first 100-point season of the Premier League reinforced this. There was some respite for Manchester United with a 3-2 comeback win.
United 2-0 down, 3-2 up!
For one of only 2 losses for the club in East Manchester during the Centurion season, however. There would be another important Manchester Derby FA Cup final, as the Citizens tried to match their rivals' 99 treble achievement. The match was tight-knit and featured the club of East Manchester prevailing, and winning their first treble, as well as their first Champions League trophy. The two sides would meet again in the FA Cup final next season with the same end results, except for the winner.
Here Bruno for Mainu for 2-0. Everyone expected it to be City's day, but it's Manchester United's day at Wembley.